So the Lesotho security organs have sounded an alarm over what they claim are military training camps on South African farms. They claim that the camps, which are allegedly training Basotho youth, are posing a serious national security threat to the country. For more on this, we are joined by the Community Policing Forum's national spokesperson, Sambulo Biyela. Sambulo, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us. What do you make of, or what have you heard of the allegations that had been made by officials from Lesotho, while on the other end, the South African Police Service is saying that they have no evidence of such camps operating in South Africa?
Good morning again, Adrian, and the listeners at home. It's a concerning time for us as the citizens of South Africa. Remember, around the same time last year, around the same July, August areas, we did receive news of 95 Libyans who were being trained, military trained in the South African soil. I remember, if I'm correct, it was in the White River, around the areas of Mpumalanga province. So it becomes a challenge that our security systems seems to be slacking in terms of gathering intelligence and information around these things. Yes, thus far, the South African Police Services has told us as a nation that there is no trace of any evidence or no trace of anything that leads to them to believe that they are security or military trainings that are being done through our counterpart country, which is Basotho. But we are really appealing to our communities to really intensify the assistance to the South African Police Services. If there's any traces, they must be able to assist us.
Yeah, and then in such a case, what happens? Because on one end, you have the police that are saying that we have done our own investigations and we haven't found any credible evidence of such a military camp. Whereas on the other side, you have Lesotho's police chief, Advocate Porous Matoso, saying on our channel that indeed that these camps do exist. Who do you believe in such a case?
You know, the reality is that, yes, the South African Police Service is saying no, or they have no knowledge, or they've not found anything that is tangible for them to operate or for them to say this thing is existing. But the reality is that in South Africa, our borders are very open, wide open. So it's part of the challenges that we have, where some operatives can operate within our soil without us knowing. We are lucky in some instances to catch up with those whom we are able to catch up, but we can't find them all because they operate in abandoned farms. They operate in farms far away from the communities. So part of what we must do as a security cluster is really zoom into these, what you call these farms, which are formerly outside of the villages, farms that are scattered away from the public, so that we are able to actually navigate how these things happen. Because even our borders are wide open, as I was saying to you. So part of the challenge is we must find a way to go and fence our borders correctly, because sometimes we might not really be in conflict of our diplomatic agreement with other countries, but because there is a loophole in our system of entering South Africa, then it creates a chaos for us. So they must also be able to assist us, the Basotho security cluster, to assist us with evidence that will obviously point our intelligence and our security systems in the direction where they feel these people have been existing, so that we are cooperating with each other and ensuring that they are brought back to book.
Yeah, again, what I find strange, the statement that came from the police service saying that the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service, General Fani Masamula, has reached out to the Lesotho Police Chief, where the two commissioners discussed the allegations being made by Advocate Matoso. Both commissioners agreed that both law enforcement agencies' intelligence structures are on the ground to investigate the existence of such camps. But where is the evidence that Advocate Matoso would have relied on that he is sure that those camps actually do exist? Ordinarily, what happens in such a case? Can't the General Fani Masamula or the South African police in general say that, can you hand over the evidence that you have at your disposal that made you arrive at that decision?
Definitely, what I was just saying to you, that they must give us something so that we follow up on it. But obviously, you know, diplomacy is vague. You know, diplomacy is overrated in my understanding. Sometimes in diplomacy, you have to maintain a relationship to the best level that you do not want to create conflict with another country. But I believe that an integrated, collaborative approach that I just spoke about will assist us in narrowing down whatever elements that are there. That I was saying, we as South African borders must be able to be vigilant around these things so that they do not happen. Because it happened last year. Why wouldn't it happen now? So we must be able to be assisted by them by giving us this information, but also strengthening our border management authority to assist us in ensuring that the entry into South Africa and exit really relies on that. Because remember, we have a lot of challenges with regards to borders. Down there, Mangus, we have a problem of cars swerving away to other countries. Up north in Underberg, we have the same Sunny Pass where stock theft is a ripe crime that is there. Our cattle is taking away to the same Basotho country. So part of the challenge is that we must coexist and cooperate with each other so that we are able to squeeze down these criminals.
Thank you so much. Sambulo Biyela is the Community Policing Forum spokesperson.